Hi everybody. So in this video, we're looking at how to model situations with direct proportion. And direct proportion describes a relationship between two quantities. When one quantity increases, the other increases by the same factor. So we'll start by working through these two examples, and then we'll try some exam style questions. So in example 1, we're told that g varies directly with the square of t. So as t increases, g will increase. But we need to find the rate at which they'll increase. So we write this as g is in proportion to t squared. And to find the rate at which they increase together, we need to set up an equation. So we'll say g is equal to k times t squared. And this k is called the constant of proportionality. So this describes the rate at which they'll increase together. And we can work out k by substituting in a known value for t and g. And we have that in our table. So we're told that t equals 1 and g equals 5. If we substitute them into our model, then g will equal k times the t squared, or 1 squared. So therefore, k will equal 5. And then we can substitute this value of k back into this model. So g will equal 5 times t squared. And now we have our model, we can work out the value of g when t equals 3 and the value of t when g equals 180. So when t equals 3, g will equal 5 lots of t squared. And 5 times 9 will give us 45. Okay? And when g equals 180, we'll substitute this into g. So 180 will equal 5t squared. We can divide both sides by the 5, so 36 will equal t squared. So therefore, t must equal 6. And I'll write this in the table. So the idea behind this is we state our proportion statement, and then we set up a model to find the value of k. This describes the rate at which the two units will increase together. So if we look at example 2, we're told that the graph shows the speed v of a bike at time t seconds, and the speed of a bike is directly proportional to the square of a time. We need to find the formula linking v and t. So what do you think our proportional statement will be? So this will be v is in proportion to the square of the time. And then for our model, v will equal k times t squared. But now to work out k, we need a value of v and t. How do you think we could find this? So we can find it from our graph. What we need is an integer pair of coordinates. Well, we can find that from this point. We'll call this at point P, and this is where t will equal 2, and the velocity will be 2. We could also find it from this point. We'll call this Q. This is where t equals 8, and the velocity would be 32. So we can use either of these 2 points to work out the value of k. So if we say at P, t will equal 2, and v will equal 2. So we'll substitute this v into here. So this will equal k times t squared. If we divide both sides by 4, we'll get k is 1/2. And this would have worked as well if we looked at point Q, when t equals 8 and v equals 32. 32 would equal k times the 8 squared. When we divide both sides by the 64, again, we get k is 1/2. So our model will be the speed is equal to k times t squared. Okay? So how did you get on with that? Let's try some exam style questions. So in example 3, we're given that y is directly proportional to the square of x. And when y equals 10, x equals 2. We need to express y in terms of x. So this will involve writing an equation with k, and then to use that equation to work out y when x equals 5. So do you want to give this question a go yourself? You can pause the video and come back when you're ready. Okay, so welcome back if you had a go. So our proportion statement is y is proportional to x squared. As a model, y will equal kx squared. And then we can work out k. We'll substitute in y equals 10 and x equals 2. 2 squared will give us 4. We'll divide both sides by 4, so k will equal 2.5, okay? And then we'll substitute this value of k back into this model. So y will equal 5 over 2 x squared. Then we can use this to work out y when x equals 5. So y will be 5 over 2 times the 5 squared. And 2.5 times 25, y will be 62.5. How did you get on with that? Do you want to give question 4 a go? So our proportionality statement, p is proportional to q plus 2 squared. So our equation, p will equal k multiplied by q plus 2 squared. We'll substitute in these values. So p will equal k, and 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 squared will give us 9, so k will equal 1/9. We'll substitute this back into here. So we get 1/9 of q plus 2 squared. And then to work out p when q equals 10, this will be 1/9 of the 10 plus 2 squared. And 1/9 of 144 will give us 16. Okay? How did you get on with that? Let's try 2 more questions. So in example 5, we're given that y is directly proportional to the cube root of x plus 1. And we need to find the value of y when x is 124. So do you want to give this question a go yourself? Okay, so y is proportional to the cube root of x plus 1. Our equation will be k multiplied by the cube root of that x plus 1. So then we'll substitute in these values. So 1 will equal k times the cube root of a 7 add the 1. And the cube root of 8 is 2. So k will equal 1/2. And if k is a half, then our model becomes 1/2 times the cube root of x plus 1. To work out the value of y when x is 124, we'll substitute that 124 into here. So y will be 1/2 times the cube root of 125, and this is 5. So y will be 5 over 2, or 2.5. Okay? Let's try one more question. So in example 6, y is directly proportional to the square of t, and t is directly proportional to x. We need to show that y is equal to 56x squared. So to work out y in terms of x, we need to treat these two proportions separately. And then we can substitute the value of t from one proportion into the equation for the other one. Do you want to give this question a go yourself? You can pause the video and come back when you're ready. Okay, so how did you get on? If we look at the first one, y is proportional to the square of t. So y will equal kt squared. And we're told that y is 14 when t equals 2. So k will equal 14 divided by the 4 over 7 over 2. We'll substitute this value of k into this model. So y will equal 7 over 2 t squared. And then for the second model, t is proportional to x. So t will equal kx. And when t equals 12, x equals 3. So 12 will equal 3k, k will equal 4. So t will equal 4x. And then we can substitute this value of t into this equation, and then we'll get an equation involving x and y. So y will equal 7 over 2 multiplied by the t squared, and we're writing t as 4x. When we expand this bracket, y will equal 7 over 2 times 16x squared. We'll divide this by 2, times it by the 7, y will equal 56x squared. Okay? Well, I hope that's given you a clearer idea on how we can model with direct proportion. If you found that helpful, please like and subscribe, and you can download the full lesson and the PDF that accompanies this video from my website, mrmathematics.com. I'll leave a link below.